Hi guys, this is Manohar and welcome to Tutoralz. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the topic chasing in the trains. Actually, this is the second part of trains. If you haven't watched the first part, I recommend you to please watch first part of the trains so that you can come to know what is the concept of trains and also what are the methods we use to solve the problems. Okay, now let's see what is the meaning of chasing. In the speed, time and distance, I have already told you chasing is nothing but when one person is trying to catch the other person moving in the same direction. Okay, now in this trains also the concept will be exactly same, but there is a minor difference. Now I will take one example and explain you what is the difference between trains and also speed, time and distance when it comes to chasing. Okay, now let's take one example. Suppose assume that there is a train here and the train is moving with a speed of x km per hour. Okay, now in front of the train there is a man. Okay, in front of the train there is a man here running with a speed of y km per hour. Okay, suppose assume that there is a train here and there is a man here running in front of the train with a speed of y km per hour. Now, since both are running in the same direction, the relative speed will be the difference of first person speed and second person speed. That is the difference between the train speed and also man speed. Okay, so the relative speed is the difference of first person speed, that is train speed, minus the difference of man speed, that is y km per hour. Okay, here both persons are running in the same direction. That's the reason that relative speed will become the difference of the first person speed and second person speed. Okay, now in this case the train is trying to overtake the person. Okay, now in the first tutorial I have already told you when the train is trying to overtake a person or a pole, the total distance will be nothing but the total length of the train. Okay, now in this case when the train is trying to overtake a man that is running in front of the train, the total distance will become total length of the train. Okay, remember this is when the train is trying to overtake a man. Okay, now let's see what is the total distance becomes when two trains are traveling in the same direction. Okay, suppose assume that this is the train, okay, second train, and this is the first train traveling in the same direction. This is the first train and this is the second train. Now the second train is trying to overtake the first train. Okay, now suppose assume that first train started running and moved a little bit and covered a distance of x kilometers. Okay, suppose assume that first train started running and traveled a distance of x kilometers. That is, after traveling x kilometers, the train will be like this. Okay, now suppose assume that the first train started running and then moved a little bit distance, that is x kilometers. Okay, now to cover the first train, that is to overtake the first train, the second train needs to completely travel first the total length of the second train and then the distance covered by the first train x kilometers and then the total length of the first train. Okay, see here the first train started running and moved a little bit, that is x kilometers. Okay, now in order to overtake the first train, the second train needs to first of all cover the total distance of the second train and then cover the total distance travelled by the first train and then total length of the first train. Okay, here the total distance of the second train becomes x kilometers, that is covered by the first train, and then length of the first train and then length of the second train. Okay, now when one train is trying to overtake the second train, the total distance that second train needs to travel is the total distance covered by the first train and total length of the first train and also total length of the second train. Okay, this is the total distance that second train needs to travel to overtake the first train. Okay, now what is the total distance traveled by the first train? That is only x kilometers. Right? See here, try to understand this. This is the most important thing when it comes to two trains traveling in the same direction. Okay, suppose assume that this is the point A and this is point B. Okay, now initially the first train is at the point A. Right? Now after some time, first train moved a little bit and stopped at point B. Okay, now what is the total distance covered by the first train? That is only x kilometers, right? That is from point A to point B. Okay, here first train is not covering the total length of the train. First train is covering only x kilometers. Okay, now in order to overtake the first train, the second train is covering the total length of the train and total distance covered by the first train and also total length of the first train. Okay, here first train is covering only certain distance, that is x kilometers, but not the total length of the train. Okay, but the second train is covering the total length of the first and second train and also total distance covered by the first train. Okay, this is the basic difference when it comes to two trains traveling in the same direction and also one train and one man traveling in the same direction. Okay, if you understand this basic difference, you can solve any kind of problem in the trains. Okay, so remember this, when one train is trying to overtake a man, the total distance is nothing but total length of the train. Okay, and when one train is trying to overtake another train, the total distance the second train needs to travel is both the length of the first and second train and also the total distance covered by the first train. Okay, now I have already told you when it comes to chasing, at the point of catching, the time taken by the first person and second person will be same. Okay, here also the time taken by the first train and also second train at the time of catching or overtaking will be same. That is, time taken will be same in the both cases. Okay, in the chasing, in the speed, time and distance, I have already told you at the time of catching, when both persons are traveling in the same direction, at the time of catching, the time taken by the first and second person will be same. Here also the time taken by second train and first train will be same at the point of crossing or overtaking. Okay, so this is the basic point you need to remember when it comes to chasing. Okay, so these two are the most important things you need to remember when it comes to chasing. Okay, the first point is when the both persons are traveling in the same direction, the relative speed will be difference of first person speed and second person speed. Okay, and also when the train is trying to overtake a person, the total distance will be total length of the train. Okay, but when the one train is trying to overtake the second train, the total distance the second train needs to cover to overtake the first train is total length of the first train and total length of the second train and also total distance covered by the first train. Okay, but the total distance covered by the first train is only x kilometers. Okay, and also the second point is at the time of chasing or at the time of crossing, the total time will be same in the both cases. That is, the total time taken by second train and also total time taken by first train to reach that point. Okay, so if you remember these 2 points, you can solve any kind of problem based on the chasing. Okay, now let's solve some basic level problems so that you can come to know how to use these concepts in solving the problems. Okay, now in this trains also we will solve the problems based on the chasing by using 2 methods. One is relative speed and also one is equating time or normal method. Okay, relative speed is nothing but when both persons are traveling in the same directions, the relative speed will be the difference of the first and second person speed. Okay, and the equating time is nothing but at the time of crossing or at the time of overtaking, the time taken will be same in the both cases. Okay, so we will solve the problems by equating the time in both cases. Okay, now let's see the first problem. They are saying that a train 125 meter long passes a man running at 5 km per hour in the same direction in which the train is going in 10 seconds. The speed of the train is. So we need to find out what is the total speed of the train. Okay, see here what they have given is the total length of the train is 125 meters. Here the train is overtaking a man, so the total distance will be total length of the train. Okay, here the total distance will be total length of the train, that is 125 meters. Okay, and also what they are saying is the train is overtaking the man in 10 seconds, so the total time will be 10 seconds. Okay, and also they have given what is the speed of a man, that is 5 km per hour. Okay, now what they are saying is train and man are running in the same direction. So the relative speed becomes the difference of the train speed and also man speed. Okay, relative speed becomes the difference of the train speed minus man speed. Okay, now we already know what is the man speed, that is 5 km per hour. Now we need to find out what is the train speed. Okay, now we already know what is the speed formula, that is distance by time. Now what is the distance here? That is 125 meters by total time is 10 seconds. Okay, now we will get what is the relative speed, that is train speed minus man speed. Okay, now this is in the form of meter per second, but in answers it is in the form of kilometer per hour. Now we need to convert this 125 by 10 in kilometer per hour. How can we convert it? By multiplying with 18 by 5. So we will get 5 ones, 5 2s 10 and 5 5s 25, and also 2 9s 18, 2 5s 10 and 5 ones 5 5s. So we will get train speed minus man speed equal to 45 km per hour. Okay, now we already know what is the man speed, that is only 5 km per hour. Now we will substitute this 5 km per hour in the place of man. So we will get t minus 5 equal to 45 km per hour. Okay, now train speed equal to 45 plus 5, that is 50 km per hour. Okay, so this is the total speed of the train that is overtaking a man. Now let's see how to solve the same problem using this equating time method. Okay, see here what they have given is man speed is 5 km per hour. Okay, and also total length of the train, that is distance equal to 125 meters. Okay, now suppose assume that this is the train. Okay, this is the train and there is a man here running in front of the train. Now the train is trying to overtake the man. Okay, now what they are saying is the total time taken by train to overtake the man is 10 seconds. Okay, now in that 10 seconds, the man might have covered a distance, right? Now to overtake the total man, train needs to cover the total length of the train and also total distance covered by the man. Okay, see here, try to understand this. Man might have covered a distance in the 10 seconds, right? Now we need to find out what is the total distance traveled by man in the 10 seconds. Because in order to overtake the man, the train needs to cover total length of the train and also total distance covered by the man. Okay, that's the reason we need to find out what is the total distance covered by man in the 10 seconds. Okay, so man's speed is 5 km per hour and traveling for 10 seconds. Now we need to convert this 10 seconds into the form of hours. Okay, by dividing 3600 seconds. So we will get 0 and 0 will be cancelled and 5 ones, 5 sevens 35 and 5 twos. So 1 by 722 kilometers. This is the total distance traveled by man before overtaken by the train. Okay, now we need to find out what is the speed of the train, that is T1 equal to T2. So T1 equal to distance traveled by train and speed of train, distance traveled by man by speed of man. Okay, now here what is the total distance covered by train here? First of all, train needs to cover total length of the train and also total distance covered by the man. Here the total length of the train is 125 meters. Okay, now we need to convert these meters to kilometers by dividing 1000 meters plus 1 by 72. This is the total distance covered by the man. So what is the speed of train? We need to find out what is the speed of train. Okay, and also in the case of man, what is the total distance covered by the man? That is 1 by 72 kilometers. So 1 by 72 by what is the speed of man? That is 5 km per hour. Okay, so we will get what is the, so 5 4s 5 2s 10 and 5 5s 25, 5 200s, okay, and 5 5s 25 and 5 4s 20, 0, 5 1s 5 8s. Okay, and also we will get 1 by 8 plus 1 by 72 by total speed of train equal to 1 by 72 into 5. 1 by 72 into 5. Okay, so we will get the LCM of 8 and 72, that is 8 9 72. So the LCM will be 72 here. Okay, 72t and 8 9 72 plus 1 equal to 1 by 72 into 5. 72 and 72 will be cancelled and we will get 9 plus 1, that is 10 here. So 5 will be sent to the left hand side. So we will get train speed equal to 50 km per hour. Okay, here first of all we need to find out what is the speed, what is the distance traveled by the man. Okay, and then we can find out what is the speed of the train. Okay, now let's see the second problem. They are saying that two trains are running at 40 km per hour and 20 km per hour respectively in the same direction. Fast train completely passes a man sitting in the slower train in 5 seconds. What is the total length of the fast train? So we need to find out what is the length of the fast train. Okay, see here what they have given is the train is crossing a man sitting in the slower train. Okay, see here whenever they give like man is sitting in the slower train, the train is indirectly crossing a man here but not the total train. Okay, remember this, whenever they give man is sitting in the train and train is crossing it, train is indirectly crossing the total man here. Okay, but not the total train. Okay, see here what they have given is the total speed of the first train is, that is A equal to 40 km per hour and B equal to 20 km per hour. Now both trains are running in the same direction. So the relative speed will be the difference of the first and second speed. 40 minus 20, that is 20 km per hour. Now in answers it is given in the form of meters. So we need to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. How can we convert it? By multiplying it by 5 by 18. So we will get 2 9s 18 and 2 10s 20. So 50 by 9. So this is the total relative speed of the first and second train traveling in the same direction. Okay, and also they have told you the time taken for fast train is 5 seconds. So the total time is 5 seconds. Now we need to find out what is the total length of the train, that is total distance. Okay, we already know speed equal to distance by time. Now what is speed here? 50 by 9 meter per second equal to, we don't know distance, and what is the total time? That is 5 seconds. So we will get 5 into 50, that is 250 by 9. This is the total distance of the total train. Okay, so this is the total length of the train. Now let's see how to solve the same problem using this equating time method. Okay, see here what they have given is the speed of faster train, that is A equal to 40 km per hour and B is 20 km per hour. Okay, now what they are saying is there is a train here, faster train. Okay, this is the faster train. Now this is the slower train. In this slower train there is a man here. Okay, now this faster train needs to overtake the man in the slower train. Okay, now what they are saying is the time taken for faster train to overtake the man in the slower train is 5 seconds. Now first of all we need to find out what is the total distance traveled by the slower train in the 5 seconds. Okay, then we can find out what is the total length of the faster train. Okay, so the slower train is traveling with a speed of 20 km per hour. So we need to convert this into the meter per second. So into 5 by 18 into traveling for 5 seconds. Okay, so into 5. So we will get 2 9s 18 and 2 10s 20. So we will get 10 5s 50 and 50 into 5, that is 250 by 9. This is the total distance traveled by the slower train before overtaken by the faster train. Okay, now we need to find out what is the total length of the faster train. Okay, T1 equal to T2. What is the time taken in the faster train? That is total distance traveled by slower train and also total length of the fast train. Okay, so I am assuming the total length of the fast train is L kilometers plus total distance covered by the slower train, that is 250 by 9. Okay, by total speed of the fast train, that is 40 km per hour. Now we need to convert this into the form of meter per second, that is 5 by 18. In the same way, what is the total distance covered by the slower train? That is 250 by 9 by total speed of the slower train, that is 20 km per hour. We need to convert this into the form of meter per second into 5 by 18. Okay, 5 by 18 and 5 by 18 will be cancelled, and 0 0 will be cancelled, 2 1s 2 2s. Okay, and also we will get the LCM of 9 will be 9 here, so we will get 9L, and 9 and 9 will be cancelled. Okay, so we will get 9L plus 250, okay, equal to by 2, okay, by 2 equal to 250. So we will get, if I send this 2 to the right hand side, I will get 9L equal to 2 into 250 into 2, that is 500 minus 250 to the right hand side. So we will get 250. So L equal to 250 by 9. So this is the total length of the faster train. Okay, remember this, whenever they give in the question, first of all we need to find out what is the total distance covered by the slower train before overtaken by the fast train. Okay, then we can find out what is the total length of the train. Okay, now let's see the third problem. They are saying that two trains of equal length are running on parallel lines in the same direction at 46 km per hour and 36 km per hour. The faster train passes the slower train in 36 seconds. The total length of the each train is. So we need to find out what is the length of the each train. Okay, see here what they have given is two trains, that is A is travelling with a speed of 46 km per hour and B is 36 km per hour. Okay, now since both trains are travelling in the same direction, the relative speed becomes the difference of the speeds of first and second train. Okay, here the relative speed becomes the difference of the first and second, that is 46 minus 36. We will get 10 km per hour. Now in answers it is given in the form of meters. So we need to convert this 10 to meter per second into 5 by 18. So we will get 2 9s 18 and 2 5s 10. So 25 by 9 meter per second. Okay, so they have given that to overtake the first train, the second train is taking totally 36 seconds. So the total time taken is 36 seconds. Okay, and also we need to find out what is the total length of the each train, that is A length and also B length. Okay, now we already know speed equal to distance by time. Now what is the speed here? That is 25 by 9 meter per second equal to total distance. Here they are telling that the two trains having the same length. Okay, so I am assuming the total length of A equal to L and B equal to L. So here total distance becomes L plus L by total time, that is 36 seconds. Okay, so we will get 9 1s 9 4s, and if I send this 4 to the left hand side, I will get 25 into 4 equal to 2L. 2 1s 2 2s 4. So we will get 25 into 2, that is 50 meters. So the total length of each train is 50 meters. Now let's see how to solve the same problem using this equating time method. See here what they have given is A is travelling with a speed of 46 km per hour and B is 36 km per hour. Okay, and the total time taken for second train to cross the first train is 36 seconds. Okay, now see here what they have given is there is a train here, okay, and there is another train. Now the second train is trying to overtake the first train, okay, and the time taken is 36 seconds. Okay, now in this 36 seconds, the first train might have travelled a distance, right? Now we need to find out what is the total distance travelled by the first train before overtaken by the second train. Because in order to overtake the first train, second train need to first of all cover the total length of the second train, total length of the first train, and then total length of the distance covered by the first train. Okay, that's the reason first of all we need to find out what is the total distance covered by the first train before overtaken by the second train. Okay, now first train is travelling with a speed of 36 km per hour. Now we need to convert this into the form of meter per second into 5 by 18 into how much time it is travelling, that is 36 seconds. Okay, so we will get 18 1s 18 2s 36 and 35 into 5 into 2, that is 5 into 2 will be 10 and 36 into 10, 360 meters. So this is the total distance covered by the first train before overtaken by the second train. Okay, now we need to find out what is the length of the second train. T1 equal to T2. What is the time taken in the second train? That is, train needs to cover the total length of the second train, total length of the first train, and also total distance covered by the first train. So length plus total distance, that is 360 meters. Here the both lengths of the trains are equal. That's the reason I am writing it as L meters and also L meters. Okay, now what is the speed of first train, that is second train, that is 46 km per hour. We need to convert it into the meter per second, equal to what is the distance in the form of second train, that is 360 meters. Okay, by what is the total speed, that is 36 km per hour, and we need to convert it into the meter per second. So we will get 5 by 18. Okay, 5 by 18 and 5 by 18 will be cancelled, 2 23s and 2 18s, and we will get, okay, 18 ones, 18 2s, 36, 0. And also we will get 2L plus 360 equal to 20 into 23. Okay, so we will get 20 into 23, that is 20 into 20 will be 400 and 20 into 3 will be 60. So 460. I will sending this 360 to the right hand side. So I will get minus 360. So we will get 100. I am sending this 2 to the right hand side. So I will get 100 by 2 equal to 50 meters. So the total length of the train is 50 meters. Okay, the both trains have 50 meters and also 50 meters, totally 100 meters. Okay, see here, whenever you are following equating method, first of all you need to find out what is the total distance covered by the first train before overtaken by the second train. And then you can find out what is the total length of the train and also what are the speeds of the trains. Okay, this is the most important thing when it comes to chasing when you are following equating method. Okay, and that's it for this video. Try to solve more and more problems so that you can come to know how to solve the problems in different situations. Okay, and for more tutorials like this, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.